This is Jody's speech. I apologize in advance if I make a mistake, so please feel free to laugh with me, because I will. Mother Teresa once said, "We cannot do great things, only small things with great love." I'd like to repeat that phrase because it's really important. We cannot do great things, only small things with great love. I want you to take a moment to think of a thing that you've done with GlamourGals. It could be choosing the right shade of lipstick or nail polish for a resident who hasn't worn makeup in a while. It might be the phone calls you make to organize the other volunteers, or the planning you've done to make a visit happen. It could be the steps that go into creating a chapter. It might be the story you've listened to and the attention you offered to someone who hasn't had a family visit in a while. Tonight I am with a room full of people who have chosen to take these small steps with great love. Tonight is not only a celebration for the finalists, it is a thank you for the multitude of small steps you all take as part of this great organization. GlamourGals is the best example of how small things done with great love, when combined with the actions of many, can collectively create a great thing. Think back, if you will, to the first time you walked through the doors of a senior's residence. I remember that same walk. I volunteered at an old age home and a chronic care hospital throughout my teenage years, and I remember feeling both inspired and sad every time I was there. Inspired at the energy and optimism in some of the residents, their willingness to share their histories, and sad at the sense of hopelessness in others who had given up and seemed to be simply waiting out the last part of their lives. Your visits and makeovers are a tangible step to get the residents back in touch with their own beauty. It reminds them of their inherent worth. It acknowledges their life, their spark, and their magic. It brings in their love. Our experiences in our youth often guide us in the direction of our adult life. When we spend time in acts of service to others, it grounds us in compassion, in love, and in an awareness of how our actions can impact our city, our country, and our whole planet in a positive way. We often feel that the only world-changing events are those that have a catastrophic event: the collapse of a government from revolution, volcanic eruptions, tidal waves, earthquakes, or tsunamis. But many of us have also heard of the butterfly effect, the scientific theory that states that small changes can have huge results. How when a butterfly flaps its wings in Mexico, it can set off a tornado in Texas. The butterfly effect is not just wishful thinking. It is a mathematically based philosophical model. It is also not just wishful thinking to think that your actions are changing the world. They are. Each step you take affects everything around you, and these small actions, over time, bring big results. You are the butterfly effect, and it is real. The acts of kindness and compassion you offer through your makeovers are shifting the air and changing the wind in the direction of a more compassionate world, a more loving world. I recently heard a term that I really liked: lightbringer. In Latin, it is used as a name for the dawn appearance of the planet Venus, heralding daylight. Through your work with GlamourGals, you act as lightbringers. Your actions are themselves an act of love and light. This quote from Brittany Flanagan, the chapter president of one of Gigi's chapters from Delaware, Ohio, sums it up. That is what we are for, to help restore confidence in the women and to make them feel pretty again. She goes on to talk about her first visit to the nursing home and her meeting with a resident named Peggy. She says, "She told me that she wasn't sure if she was going to live or die. She was in a very poor mental state, and I felt so bad for her. As I put the lipstick on her lips, I told her that she looked so pretty. She protested. Surprisingly, she had little self-confidence. It is for women like Peggy that the GlamourGals Foundation was started." In an old age home, death is a natural part of the cycle of life, but so is living each and every moment, regardless of age or health. It is an inspiring thing to think that the energy that is created by a young adult visiting, these people, you, who just through your presence and energy bring light into this space. This is a small step that makes such a big difference. GlamourGals not only helps women regain confidence in their beauty, but it reminds them that they are important and worth effort. Your actions tell them this, and while you are creating memories and offering companionship and benefiting from the stories that these women share, you are also telling them that they are important and that they matter. You act and you bring in the light. Each time you walk through the door to a senior's residence, remember that you offer much more than a simple makeover. You are the butterfly effect in action. You are a wave of positive change, and you are creating that wave through the power of your small, great things. Thank you for all of your efforts, and bless you.